back to the channel. This, of course, is episode 10 of Movies That Matter. And what is the Movies That Matter show? Well, basically, it's where we break down the latest movie news, entertainment gossip, any rumors that's out there. We break it down with you guys. You guys get in the act. You put your opinion in the comments. If you're watching live here on Instagram, I appreciate you being here. Get in the comments section. If you're watching later on Instagram or on YouTube, definitely get into the comments and let me know your thoughts about everything that we talk about. Now, I have my hair down, and when the Viking has his hair down, it's usually when he's about to get into a big fight and kill someone on the battleground, or in other times, he's got some major news to drop. But today, don't worry guys, I've got some major news to drop. So, let's get into it. Okay, topic number one. HAWKEYE, of course, is a Disney Plus. My man, Nerdy in Many Ways, the YouTube channel, Dawson is in the chat there. What up, man? How you doing? I've yet to watch your Batman video. It's on his channel. I'm going to watch that tonight. I have a few videos to catch up on, so I'm looking forward to watching that. I'll let you know what I think, man. Looking forward to it. But topic number one, HAWKEYE, Disney Plus show coming sometime, probably maybe next year. Probably Disney Plus will have to probably get it out next year because of all the stuff that HBOMAX is going to be dropping in 2021. But we know the full cast, and this is a show that I wasn't too excited for. I'm looking forward to WandaVision because the trailers come out. It looks pretty interesting. But it is HAWKEYE. HAWKEYE for me was a character that was always okay in the MCU, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I liked the character. I liked Jeremy Renner as the character, but I never really kind of had him as my favorite or top 5 or even top 10 characters. But maybe this might change because this will be a deeper look. In fact, I did like what they did with him in Endgame. They made him a little bit more darker. They showed kind of his backstory with his family vanishing and showed him where he went. He went in a kind of a descending madness where Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow had to take him out of that. And of course, them two had a pretty emotional scene and an emotional bond. But I am looking forward to this now because of the cast. They've added some serious talent to this. Now, Haley Steinfeld, I should say, from Bumblebee, loved her in that. She was kind of fan cast as Kate Bishop, So I'm looking forward to seeing her. I've always liked her in teens. Dawson says, ever listen to Jeremy Renner's music? It's actually pretty damn good. I actually haven't listened to his music. It's definitely something that I'm going to have to check out. But I've heard him kind of promote it on his social media platforms, and that's something I probably will have to check out, yeah. So thanks for that, Dawson. Appreciate that. But Haley Steinfeld, of course, I've loved her in everything that she's been in. Loved her in Bumblebee. So for her being in this show is a big plus for everybody involved. She's got a great talent, and great screen presence, and even in Bumblebee, she brought a very kind of lovely dynamic to the role. You really felt for her and the characters and Bumblebee. I like that film pretty much, even though it didn't make that much money. But also, Tony Dalton has been added to the cast from Better Call Saul. Now, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, of course, the spin-off Better Call Saul is it's a brilliant show. It's well written, and Tony Dalton's character in it is absolutely one of the best characters in television today. He is brilliant, and the way the last season ended off, coming into the new season, I can't wait to see where his character comes into it. But he's signed on to be in HAWKEYE, which is a big win. He's a great actor. He's got great charisma on screen. So for him to appear in this movie, or in this show, I should say, which would probably be 8 episodes. I think WandaVision is going to be 8 episodes as well. That seems to be the mandate. Of course, Mandalorian is 8 episodes as well. So Tony Dalton brought into this cast is brilliant. Also, we've got Vera Farmiga. You might know her from the Conjuring movies. She'll be in those kind of sinister kind of movies, the horror movies. Also, Bates Motel, the series that went on for a few years. So she's a pretty good actress. She was also in The Departed with Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio. So she's been in big stuff before. She's a great actress, and this only brings talent to this show. It does. And one that I'm really excited for, and you guys might not know him, but it's Zahn McClarnon. Now, Sam was first time I got to see him was in Fargo season 2. Had a great role in that. Absolutely brilliant. He was also in Doctor Sleep last year in 2019, I should say, and he was pretty good as well in that. So he's a very good actor. He brings kind of a mystery presence to the screen. You kind of don't know what this character is about. And definitely in Fargo and Doctor Sleep, he had that off to a T. And he didn't know how to react to his character in a way. He couldn't really read his character in a way. But I'm glad. But this cast for me, and of course I shouldn't forget Florence Pugh, who is coming from the Black Widow movie. She's probably going to be the next Black Widow on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's popping up in this show. She's popping up in Winter Soldier and Falcon as well. So she's tying all these Disney Plus shows together, and she is a pretty good actress as well. So this cast is 5 stars. It's stellar. It's got talent, it has charisma, screen presence, and I can't wait to watch this show. I wasn't too interested, as I said before, but now I actually can't wait. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on Hawkeye as a character. Are you looking forward to this Disney Plus show? Is it going to be the next big thing for Disney Plus? Because Disney Plus don't have too many things right now. You know, they've got The Mandalorian, and that's about it. Of course, if you have kids, you can entertain them with all the million shows and cartoons that's on it. But for us kind of people who want that kind of mature storytelling, like The Mandalorian, there isn't too much there for us right now, considering what HBO Max is doing with their movies and shows and now theaters. So we'll get into that in a little bit as well. But Hawkeye, for me, looking forward to it. 2021 is the set release date. It might change, but they're shooting right now, and Haley Steinfeld is going to be Kate Bishop, so the fans got what they want. The fan casting was working pretty well, and it seems to be that Disney really listened to the fans in terms of fan casting. Of course, Rosario Dawson was in their fan cast to play Ahsoka Tano, and that got picked. And so keep going with those fan casts. You never know, Sebastian Stan might end up as Luke Skywalker at some point in the Star Wars Disney Plus world. Nerdy in many ways goes, Hawkeye's show is one I think I'll eventually watch, just not right away. Yeah, I wasn't too interested either, man. You know, look, him as a character, he's fine. Him as an actor, he's fine as well. But he never really just got me too interested in him as a character, like the Thors or the Captain Americas. Maybe that's because he doesn't have too many special abilities, or he doesn't have a suit like Iron Man. He doesn't really look cool on the surface. But adding talent to this cast, and I'm sure when the first trailer comes out, we're going to be pretty interested in this show. But yeah, it's not even now that I know this cast, it's not even on my top list for 2021, but I'm definitely looking forward to it and I will watch it. Okay, let's get on to topic number 2, guys. Okay, Warner Brothers and HBO Max have changed the game. I did a sole video on this on my YouTube channel. If you want to check that out, I talked about it for about 12 minutes about what this means for Zack Snyder's Justice League, what this means for theaters going forward. And for me, I think it's the best thing. And for me, theaters are not going to be in the same situation as they were before. It's going to be hard to get people to theaters. Nerdy goes, same issue with Black Widow, a solo movie or show should have come out before Endgame. Yeah, I agree with that as well. It is a bit too late for the Black Widow's show or movie or anything like that, especially since Wonder Woman came out in 2017. It seems to be like Warner Brothers want to get all their female heroes out there now with Captain Marvel and stuff, when they probably should have done it years ago, because they were first to the game with these solo movies, and they could have fit in a Black Widow or a Captain Marvel movie sometime in the past before, but they choose now to do it ever since the success of Wonder Woman. That's just my opinion on that. But of course, Warner Brothers, all 17 movies that were supposed to come out in theaters in 2021 will now be coming out on HBO Max and theaters. So in the world, if you don't have HBO Max, you'd probably catch it in a theater somewhere if they are open. But they say this is a plan just for the year of 2021. I think this is going to carry over to 2022, because it's not like 2021 the virus is going to go away. There's no way of saying the vaccine will work, or every single person will get the vaccine, or every single person will take the vaccine. So that means that 2021 could be the same scenario as 2020 in terms of businesses and people with COVID and people not wanting to wear masks and stuff like that. That's not going to change overnight. So I think it's a pretty good decision by Warner Brothers, and they have reacted the quickest to this, and probably the smartest per se as well. Phoenix Mitra goes, what do you think about the mirror tease on Twitter recently? Yeah, I seen that Daniel RPK had a picture, an animated picture of, or an artistic picture of Mirror up, and says this is Snyder Cut related. It probably just means that Aquaman dies in the Snyder Cut, or in the Nightmare timeline we're showing that he is dead. Which he is. He dies in the Nightmare timeline, and Mira is probably the king of Atlantis, or whatever's left of Atlantis, and she's kind of using his trident as a way of fighting for him. That's probably what that is. But HBO Max, they need to get people attracted to their platform, like Netflix, like Disney Plus. They're in a competition, and I thought Zack Snyder's Justice League and Wonder Woman were big wins for HBO Max to attract subscribers. But this is even bigger for Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it doesn't have to worry about getting people onto the platform. Now we have Godzilla, Matrix, many other products to get people interested in HBO Max, and it's even bigger that way now. Look, Warner Brothers have to do it. They can't take and just say, okay, 2021 is going to be better. The vaccine will be out, theaters will be back up and running. You can't take that as a guarantee. You have to do your own thing, and HBO Max will be a success because of this. Warner Brothers is doing the best they can. This is tough times, but they can't just wait and delay their movies even more, because then look at Tenet, you're losing money by keeping a movie in the vault. But then you have to market that movie, remarket that movie. How many times have they remarketed Wonder Woman 84 right now? But now finally it's coming out in HBO Max. But guys, I did a sole video on that on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. But I think it's a great idea by Warner Brothers. I think it was the right idea. I think other studios will follow suit eventually when they realize that theaters aren't going to be open in full capacity. Right now where I am, theaters aren't open. Why? Because there's nothing to put in them. Wonder Woman's coming out on the 16th. I think they'll open around that time. But what comes after Wonder Woman? Not much, So are they going to be able to stay open? And are they going to be able to wait a year from now to go back into business? I don't think so. I think theaters will be hard to come by in some places. Some places they won't be open. And that's why you probably need to get your HBO Max subscription. And I know Warner Brothers said it'll be on HBO Max and theaters, but I think that will change very quickly as well, because theaters will not stay open. What I think will happen is that HBO Max will find itself in an international stance. It won't be a HBO Max app like Netflix or Disney Plus, because they have contracts with other companies. Here they have a contract with a television company, which is a 5-year contract, and they'll probably show them shows and movies through that company, which is Sky here. But that's very interesting stuff, and I like learning and listening about this stuff because it is new. It's something that we've never seen before in the movie industry, and now this is a big game changer through HBO Max, through Warner Bros. And I'm excited for it, because then we don't have to wait long to see Godzilla v Kong or Matrix or Dune. There's fireworks going on outside for some reason. I don't know why. It's Christmas, it's near Christmas time, but there's fireworks going on outside. But yeah, let's go on to topic number 3, guys. Okay, so there was a Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man montage video made by, I think, a Latino channel. It belonged to Sony. And it says, it talked about the multiverse and these characters coming back. It's a pretty cool video, even though I couldn't understand what it was saying. The visuals of it was pretty cool. But yeah, it was taken down by Sony. So is that an indication that these 3 characters will appear in the same movie? Look, I think it's a guarantee that Andrew Garfield's coming back, that Tom Holland's coming back. Or Tom Holland was always coming back for his 3rd movie, his 6th appearance as Spider-Man as well, which is pretty cool. The most by any Spider-Man actor. And my favourite Spider-Man of all time, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire for me is the essence of the character. He is Spider-Man. He is what Peter Parker is for me. And I think Tom Holland has the potential to be the greatest Spider-Man of all time. He is a great actor. I've watched him in many other things that wasn't Spider-Man. But I think the Spider-Man movies are holding back his acting ability a little bit. The scripts he's being given, the direction and stuff like that. But hopefully it'll change over time. But I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 3 because all these characters are rumoured or are coming back. Look at Jamie Foxx. Alfred Molina's Doc Ock could be coming back as well, but this video was taken down pretty quickly by Sony, which is probably a big indication that these characters will appear in the movie, in Spider-Man 3. Now, are they going to announce it before it comes out? Are they going to put it into trailers? Are they going to announce it at Brazil Comic Con, which is going on right now? Maybe. They're all big maybes. Or will they keep it as a surprise for the day you walk in and watch Spider-Man 3? I think it's going to be a hard surprise to keep on the lockdown, so we'll have to wait and see about that. But look, we never got a first look at Ahsoka Tano, Rosario Dawson. That was kept under wraps pretty well by Disney Plus. So maybe they can do the same for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back in the suit. Maybe some set pictures won't leak or anything like that. But I found it very interesting, that video. That cool video was taken down by Sony. So for me, if I was to put money on it, will Tobey Maguire, will Andrew Garfield don the suit of Spider-Man once again and be in Spider-Man 3? I'm going to go, yeah. I think it's going to happen, and I think one of them could appear in Doctor Strange 2 as well. I think that could be Tobey Maguire. So it's all interesting stuff, and I absolutely cannot wait. Okay, guys, let's get on to topic number 4. Now, Plastic Man was a DC movie that was in the works for many, many years. And this time, it's in the works again. And this time, even though it's a male character in the comics, it's going to be switched to a female character. Now, Plastic Man, for me, I'm not a big comic book reader, and I don't know much about the character, okay? But I did a little bit of research. The character is basically Stretch, or from Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. He can stretch, he can do things like that. So Plastic Man is a superhero whose unique, completely malleable body chemistry allows him to stretch to great lengths and contort himself into any position imaginable. So basically, it's the Mr. Fantastic out Fantastic Four, but the DC kind of take on that character. Babs Fernando goes, "Hi bro, how you doing, man? Good to have you here." So Plastic Man, yeah, they're switching the gender of the character, which is okay. I don't mind that whatsoever. So it's a male in the comics. It's going to be a female in the actual movie. And is it going to be very... I suppose you could go a really cool direction with this, but I think you need a big star in the role to attract people to this unknown character. It's a DC movie, of course, but of course not many people would know who Plastic Man is or Plastic Woman is. So you would need a pretty good marketing campaign. You would also need a pretty good high-profile actor in the role as well. I think if you go with an unknown actor in this role, I think it might not turn out that well because audiences wouldn't engage with the character as much. If you put an actress, like you put Scarlett Johansson in as Black Widow, or Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, or Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, these are big stars who are known around the world, and that's what helps people to go and see these actresses in the role. So if you were to do a Plastic Woman movie, I think you need a pretty good actor, pretty big actor to attract people to seats. That's what I think. Or if you had a big actor as a supporting character, then that would attract people as well. You know, if you had someone like The Rock in the movie, I know it probably won't happen, but that would attract people to the movie, and then that would propel the star power of Plastic Woman, or the actress that plays Plastic Woman. Very much like how Suicide Squad did in 2016 with Will Smith and Batman and Joker, and everyone came out talking about Harley Quinn. You know, something like that would be pretty cool. But guys, let's get on to the last topic of today, and that's surrounding Wonder Woman 1984. Of course, will debut in theaters on December 16th, where I am. So maybe places that don't have HBO Max, that's the date that's going to be, 16th, that's when it's coming here. So I can't wait to see that on the big screen. But if you're in the US, if you're in a place that has HBO Max, then you will get to see Wonder Woman 84 on Christmas Day, which is pretty cool at home. But I get to see it on the 16th, 9 days early before the US, in theaters, on the big screen, the way it's supposed to be seen. But I would love to watch it at home as well. I think it's becoming available here a month after it hits theaters on the TV companies here. I don't know if that's going to be free or you can buy it. I don't know yet, but I get to see Wonder Woman 84 on the big screen. But at the moment, the critics are praising the movie. They're saying the movie is great, it's fun, it's joyful, it has heart, it's emotional. The first 5 or 10 minutes are very heartbreaking as well. So I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman 84. My hype did kind of go down a bit because the movie was delayed. Hell, it was supposed to come out in November 2019. Delayed to the summer, now delayed to December. So I was losing my hype for Wonder Woman 84. But that new trailer that they released recently a few days ago, or last week when they made the announcement, it got me hyped again. It really, really did. I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman 84 big time. I really am. I think it looks brilliant. The colour looks absolutely outstanding. The colour usage of the movie is brilliant. The cinematography. I'm looking forward to the score. Of course, Gal is brilliant as the role. Chris Pine coming back. I'm looking forward to seeing Pedro Pascal's Maxwell Lord, Christian Wiggs, Cheetah. There's lots of things I'm looking forward to in this movie. Look at the Amazonians again. But I can't wait. But the critics are loving it and praising it. Now, look, I wouldn't say go by what the critics are always saying, because the critics, of course, are hard to be trusted at times, of course, especially with DC movies and their kind of hatred towards Zack Snyder in a way with his Batman v Superman or his Man of Steel days. Hopefully that changes for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but it's very hard to believe them and to think that they don't have an agenda against a certain director and stuff. Now, I wouldn't, for me personally, I like to see a movie do well critically and financially that I like. You know, I'd love that because it's great buzz around the movie. But even movies that don't have a great critic rating, they can still do well at box office. They can still do well with audiences. You know, at the end of the day, it's the audience who go. Of course, the critics have a big say on people going to the movies in a way. People listen. People look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't really agree with those things whatsoever, but that's just the world we live in terms of movies. But I think it's slowly changing because there is no box office to compare anymore. Most of these things are going to streaming services, much like Wonder Woman 84, much like Zack Snyder's Justice League. So they can't really compare it with box office. They can't compare it with the Dark Knight trilogy box office or the Marvel Cinematic Universe box office. All they can do is look at the movie the way it is. But it's good that the critics are already loving Wonder Woman 84. That's a big sign that the movie is going to be pretty good as well. They loved the first movie. I liked the first Wonder Woman, I really did. But I'm looking forward to this one hugely. I really, really am. But guys, that concludes episode 10 of Movies That Matter. I hope you enjoyed this show. As always, guys, if you're watching live, thank you very much. If you're watching later on Instagram or on YouTube, I appreciate you stopping by. Get into the comments, let me know your thoughts. Guys, if you want to follow me on all the social medias, you can find that stuff in the description. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, of course, here at Movies That Matter. Guys, I hope you have a good day, and I might do a special Movies That Matter episode tomorrow. It depends what kind of content drops, because the Brazil Comic Con is taking place right now. I know Warner Bros. Have like a 5-hour, 6-hour slot. I don't know if that's all DC stuff, but I'm sure there might be some Godzilla v Kong, Matrix, things like that. So I might just do a sole video about Comic Con tomorrow on the channel. See what kind of information drops. Let's see. Hopefully there's some big stuff for Batman, maybe some stuff for Zack Snyder's Justice. We'll have to wait and see. But guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.